Hello, everybody, and this is Narendra Kumar, and today we're going to have the fourth lesson in the series of career development. And this lesson is going to be a little long, not very long, but a little long because it deals with a topic which is usually not at all clear to young students. And I think many people even go through their whole life without really realizing what is the art of true learning. So that is the lesson today, the art of true learning. What is true learning? Even I took a long time in my own life to really understand, discover actually what is really true learning. True learning. The guru of Pandit Ravi Shankar. Ravi Shankar was a great sitar maestro from India who went all over the world. He was a great ambassador for Indian classical music and very well known, very renowned. The guru of Pandit Ravi Shankar, the sitar maestro, once said about Ravi Shankar that it was as if he had discovered a great laughter, and he has been laughing since then. Laughing, with knowledge and freedom and release. There are many who learn sitar for years, but none of them seem to have discovered that great laughter. Such examples can be multiplied without end. There are many who paint, sketch, sometimes quite well, in the sense that everybody says they are good, but there's something that happens to a Renoir, let's say, or a Dali, Salvador Dali. These painters never stopped. And more, they continuously grew. They went on and on and on, trying, experimenting, as if there was no end or no limit. Again, that laughter. That laughter again. I met an Indian movie director once and we had a long chat. In the course of our conversation, he said, "You know, there are secrets to making movies." He said that. Once you know it, it is easy. A year later, I read that he had won the national award. Secrets, laughter, passion, madness. What is it about the learning process that some people, very few, but they become really crazy about it? It's as if a lightning has hit them and they are changed. Actually, it is love. People in love behave like this. But these people love things, fields, subjects. After all, it is just a subject. Why should one become crazy about it? That is a question we're going to answer in this video. Notice that in our schools, colleges, as a rule, nobody seems to become crazy like that. We have periods, bells, textbooks, exams, competitions, dull students, toppers, but no one almost practically, who talks about subjects as if he has gone crazy. Nobody likes studies. In fact, studying actually means boring. You ask any child, any young person. The words have become synonymous. Laughter, secrets, madness on one hand, and duty, seriousness, boredom on the other. Again, a duality. Again, we come to a point where a question needs to be asked. What is true learning? When do we get hit by something? Hit. How is it that we discover the secrets, the laughter? Let us proceed to explore this whole business of learning fresh, sincerely. Now, let's try to understand with our mind and heart. Now, I will start with a shocking statement and then I'm going to discuss it. It's going to be a little shocking here. The majority, including me when I was young, don't know anything. Not really, not truly. They think they know, which is different. But in fact, in reality, they do not. The above is a sweeping statement. But the tragedy and wonder of the world is that it is true. Why do I say that? What do I mean? After all, people do know something. After all, they do go to school, do degrees, PGs, even PhDs. They work too. If they didn't know anything, then how can they pass? And how can they work and earn? When I say that people don't know anything, I mean that the thing they say that they know is not really real, is not seen by their own eyes, mind, and heart. It is a thing, logically, maybe superficially, you just accept it as superficial logic, accepted, but not as a real, actual truth, phenomenon, and reality. They're not looking at reality and saying, okay, I see that. If you really know not many things, But one thing, just one thing you really see, if that one thing you see, you comprehend it and say, yes, it is like that in reality and hence true, you would be hit. And your mind, your brain centers, so to speak, will open and be on suddenly. And you will go on from there and start finding and discovering things. It's a kind of experience. You will be led one after the other, and for the first time, discover the beauty, the magic, and above all, the wonder of our world. You'll see the world fresh, as if you're seeing it for the first time. This point I know is very difficult to understand. But if I give an example, it will become simple. Many people know, so-called know, what causes night and day. You're right, we all know that. We will accept it, and now we will say we know it. But I challenge even this. I say people don't know, in a way. Now let me explain what I mean by people don't know. What causes night and day? The earth turns once every 24 hours, and when it faces the sun, there is day. And when it doesn't, it is night, right? That's what we are taught. Simple. But do you agree? Do you feel it? I mean, do you really feel that the earth is moving? Where and what is the evidence? How did we know it? I mean, how did we know that earth is moving? And why does the earth rotate and revolve to, as we are told in childhood? You see, the answers, so-called answers and explanations, when given to you, didn't hit you. I mean, you are just taking it for granted because somebody told you. Otherwise, you would wonder about the above questions naturally. You would have brooded over it and worried about it. It staggers the imagination, doesn't it? The whole earth moving in empty space somewhere and the sun constantly giving light for millions of years. Look at the number of questions then that should occur to us. Who or what put it in motion? How did it happen? Why is it happening like that? When did it happen? Even the when. And when was the earth formed? Why? How? How does the sun give light, that enormous light? And what is happening in the sun? That the light never cools down. And life. You see life all around. What is life then? And why is there life there on earth alone? You're told about the planets and all those, dark and, very dry planets and all lifeless planets actually. And then why is there life there in earth alone? You can go on now. Hundreds of questions are triggered in your brain, even philosophical questions actually. Why are we on earth? Who are we? Is there a God? If yes, how? What? When? What is the concept? I mean, what is it? If no, who created that concept and when and why? You see, plants and animals too having life. You look at a cat or a dog, an insect or a plant and wonder, when did these come into existence? Of course, your teacher casually comes to the class and tells, okay, life has come 300 crore, there's 3,000 million years back, and then life evolved, the teacher says. And then, if you really are open, if you're really honest, you staggers you. Such a complex thriving, all that whole life, all working like clockwork, precisely began only 3,000 million years ago, and then it evolved. I mean, this shakes you. I mean, if you really look at it. And that too only on earth. This process, you understand now, leads to almost all the questions. Suddenly, it's like your whole mind is opened, and hence all the answers kind of are laid open for you. Now you can go ahead and, finish the answers to see and to understand. The very questions laid open the answers. You see, your honesty. And you feel only now you understand kind of what is understanding. You are now kind of seeing things. Your eyes are kind of open. You feel the power, the complexity and the simplicity all at once, incredibly. Laughter, yes, a laughter. This is the laughter. The laughter rises from deep within you. That confidence, that suddenly the eyes opening. You feel like the first man, the only man now, the scientific mind, the open mind, the fresh, first-handed mind. That is vision. That is real vision, real sight, real understanding, the very meaning of being a man. That is the godlike thing called true learning. The majority don't know deeply because whatever they know, they accept it without feeling, savoring, understanding, questioning and thinking. Why? Because they were not honest, simple or humble. They never even thought that they can understand and see. I mean, they don't even know that they don't understand. They just accept it. And it is not really real. or true or convincing to their own minds. Even I was like that when I was young. Okay. So what is involved in true learning? What is really involved? And how do we learn then? That we're going to cover in the next section on the process of true learning. We'll go through the process. There's a process of true learning. Thank you so much. This is Narendra.